Welcome back to another lesson. In this lesson, we're going to see the differences between each and every. As you know, in the past, we have seen every and what's the meaning of it. And also, we have seen what's the meaning of each, as you probably remember in the other lessons. Or if you have not seen it and you don't know what this means, go to our website and download the book. The book is free. You download the book and you study the book, and once you have finished studying it, you come back to this lesson. Si no entiende el significado de each o de every y no ha estudiado las lecciones anteriores, hágalo o vaya a nuestra página que está en la parte de arriba de este video. Visite la página, ahí se encuentra nuestro libro. Descárguelo gratuitamente, estudie ese libro y luego regrese a esta lección para poder entenderlo. Because at this point, most of the things that we speak are in English, and we're not giving much explanations in Spanish. Okay, we're gonna see these things in this lesson, and the first thing is some samples. Sentences here, sometimes I convert them in questions so we can understand it a lot better. I visit my parents every week. This means that I go to visit, that I go to see my parents, mom and dad, or my mother and my father every week. Each week I go to visit my parents. See, that's another way to say it. I visit my parents every week. Or each week I go to visit my parents, mom and dad. Buses run every 10 minutes. Buses run every 10 minutes. How often the buses run? Every 10 minutes. Every. I cannot say each 10 minutes a bus run. Each 10, no, we cannot say it. So in this sentence we're going to use just buses run every 10 minutes. Every 10 minutes a bus passed by. She had a child holding on to each hand. See, we cannot say on every hand. We have to say she had a child holding on to each hand. On each hand, she had one child, to be exact. She was carrying bags in each hand. On each of her hands, this woman was carrying bags. We cannot say it on every hand. For some reason, we cannot say it that way. So she was carrying bags on each hand. The two brothers love each other. The two brothers love each other. What this means that there are two brothers and they both love each other. This is another, each other. Everybody has come. Everybody. Another word compatible that you have to see is all. It seems alike to everybody. Each of us sees the world differently. Each of us sees the world differently. You can each apply for your own membership card. You can Each of you apply for your own membership card. Or we can say everybody can apply for your own membership card. We can say that in this case. I spoke to each of the boys in class. I have spoken to everybody in the class, or every boy in the class. We can say it that way, but it's better to say spoke to each of the boys in class. It's not discrimination against the girls now, but that's the way the sentence is. She sent them each a present. We can say she sent a present to everyone. We can say it too in this case. But she sent them a present to each one. Okay, we have got to the end of the samples, and I'd like you to subscribe if you haven't done it. And I'd like to talk a little bit about the other channel in which you will learn the advanced English, and we will make some tests for you to pass. And independent of your need, we wanted to hear from you. Leave your comments, leave your messages below this video, and if you like to subscribe to the other course about hypnotism, will be good. Hands up and let us know what you think about it. Enjoy, YouTubers. Sings in 4. This is what we're going to see in this lesson. We're going to review the differences or how the use of sings in 4. I hope you remember the meaning in Spanish, sings in 4. Espero que se recuerden del significado de sings in 4. Si no se recuerdan, les invito a que regresen a las lecciones anteriores, que vayan a nuestra página del internet que está aquí arriba y también está abajo del video. Acá en el video dice nuestra página de internet. También puede ir en la parte de abajo del video, se encuentra un enlace. En esa página puede descargar nuestro manual de los 20 verbos básicos gratuitamente, estudiarlo, y cuando se haya aprendido lo que se encuentra ahí, puede regresar también a esta lección. En ese manual, en ese libro, encontrará inglés, pronunciación figurada y el significado en español. Es importante porque a partir de estas lecciones no damos explicaciones en español. Okay, we continue sings in 4. These are some of the examples that we use to use sing. Sings have been used mainly when we speak about time and when we speak about places. I have been associated with this organization for 10 years. For how long have I been associated to this organization? If it's a quick question, I have been associated for 10 years. So I have been associated with this organization for. Sometimes the word for is used at the end of the sentence. In this case it's not, but that's how we speak in English. It's very important to have a notice of how it's used. My grandmother has been ailing since July. Sings, we have the word sings and how it's applied. Since July, my grandmother has been ailing. Now, if you want to use for, we can use for to ask for how long. For how long does my grandmother has been island? Oh, she has been island since July. Since when have you been living in this city? I have been living in this city since 1975. I'm giving you an example. Living in the city since. Now we're speaking about places. They have been learning Latin for 6 months. If we ask for how long have they been learning Latin? For 6 months. Meaning, if we deduct the time that we are since the time that they started, I mean, we can accomplish the time that they have started by adding from now 6 months back. And then we can use since July, for example, since August they've been studying Latin. So those are the comparisons that I have for using since and for using for. My sister has been learning music since January. Here's the use of since. My sister has been learning music since January. So depending on what month are you listening to the lesson, you can add up since January up to today. She been learning for 2 or 3 months, depending on what you have in total. He worked as a waiter for 6 years. For how long does she have worked as a waiter? For 6 years. So if you deduct the time from when you are today, and this is 2015, so if we say minus 6 years, that will be 2009. Since 2009, she has worked as a waiter. I have been practicing yoga for 6 years. Since 6 years ago, I've been practicing yoga. This is the way that you can also say it. I have been practicing yoga for 6 years. Since when have you been learning music? Oh, I just started since yesterday. It's an example. We have been living in this city since 1985. We have been living in this city since 1985. So for how long have we lived here? For 30 years. We have lived in this city for 30 years. It has been 10 years since I retired. So I've been retired for 10 years. I hope you understand the differences in between all the used for, because most of these lessons are for you to learn the use of. And like I was saying, if you read the book will give you all the basic verbs that we use to have a regular conversation. I will see you in the next lesson.
Hazte fan de cada uno de nuestros videos suscribiéndote a este canal o simplemente siguiéndonos en las redes sociales, Facebook, Twitter o Gmail. Visita nuestra página ingleshipnótico.web.com. Adquiere el curso completo